Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today I'm taking a look at the Transformers Combiner Wars Legends Class Shockwave. Now this was kind of a surprising release since I wasn't expecting them to release a brand new version of Shockwave, especially one that turns into an actual laser gun design, so it's pretty cool to finally see Shockwave back in his alt mode after all these years. Now, obviously this isn't a large figure since Shockwave would technically be within, I guess, a tall deluxe or maybe even just a Voyager max scale design figure, but it's still cool to see Shockwave even being represented in the line altogether. Now, once again, since it is a Legends class figure, it does feature a trading card as normal. It has a really nice look at Shockwave, and it's a pretty good likeness of the character overall. The box also shows Shockwave up there as normal. The box really isn't in the best of shape, but it does transform in 12 steps, and I guess it has a third alt mode, which I never actually paid attention to, or some sort. Oh no, this actually is able to attach to Onslaught. Sorry about that. Forgot that's Onslaught. For a second there I thought it was actually a alt mode or something. I had to look at it again. Anyways, we're now take a look at Shockwave. His articulation, his head, is on a ball joint, but it's really tight, so you're not going to get a whole lot of movement without using a little bit of force there. His shoulders are also on ball joints, which allow full movement around, and it can go out really well with no restrictions. He does have a single elbow joint, kind of, but this is actually a reverse elbow joint due to transformation, so you're not going to get an elbow joint outward, but he does have the regular ball jointed elbow down here, so that part is for transformation, but this is for the articulation there. He doesn't have any waist articulation, but he has fully ball jointed hips, which unfortunately are extremely loose on this version here, on mine anyways. And he does have ball joints here, I think. Yeah, it's not really a ball joint actually, it's a peg kind of joint there, it's weird. And his feet can pivot a bit due to transformation. Now we're going to take a look at the arms, which have a really cool likeness of the character, even to the point it has a clear translucent purple laser blaster there. And also has some kind of molding of a weapon on the side here. So that's pretty much it for Shockwave in his robot mode. Now, to transform it actually has some pretty cool tricks in the overall design. What you're going to do first is pull up this piece, since this will actually form the handle of the blaster mode. And you're going to turn the shoulders around like this, and you're going to pull them outwards like that. Now this is where that mentioned before joint comes in. You're going to bend it so that they bend inwards at a 90-degree angle. And you're going to turn these around so that they allow you to plug them together. As you can see, they will plug up here together. But first, we're going to pull this piece down, since we're going to fully form the handle, and this will actually form the scope of the blaster mode. You're going to pull these forward like this and make sure that everything lines properly, and then you're going to peg them together, so now you form the back of the blaster mode. Here, what we're going to do is push up the feet so that they form like this. We're going to turn around the pieces using the ball joints there. And you're going to bend these inward so that they can fold inward like this. And you're going to move some panels around so that you can get them together. So it's going to be a bit tricky to pull them inward. We're going to pull these down, which once again the ball joints do have a problem. Pieces do popping off very easily there on the legs. Plug them together. And then we're going to plug these together and they snap together like this. And now we have Shockwave in his laser blaster mode. Now what's cool is that in here, it looks like it does have little molded ends where blasts can come out of. And this piece is actually made of a translucent plastic, so it does maintain some of the translucent laser design there. And overall, I think this is a pretty decent representation of what a Shockwave blaster mode could look like. And it's cool that we actually have this mode, since obviously a lot of toy gun laws really prevent a lot of these kind of toys to even exist, even if they don't look anything realistic. And this is mainly made so that you can use the Bruticus from the Combiner Wars toy line and use him like he was featured in one of the Generation 1 episodes where Shockwave was actually held by Bruticus. If I remember correctly, it was the episode where Shockwave got lost in space and he kind of bumped into Starscream in the Combaticon. So I think that was the episode where he used Bruticus used Shockwave in this mode. So it's really cool to even see this in the line. Now at this moment in time, I do not have Bruticus to show off here. And the other combiners are currently on display and it's kind of hard to get into. So unfortunately there wasn't anything I could display this with. But as you can see, the handle should be able to hold pretty well in the hands of any Combiner Wars figure fully combined. But it's really nice. Articulation, obviously you're not going to see anything since it is a gun mode, but that's pretty much it for this design alone, and I think it looks really nice. To transfer it back, we're going to open up these pieces so that we can form the legs once again. We're going to push these upwards so that we can get the joints back into place. So it looks like that. Push down the feet so that we can form the feet fully in for spot mode, and we're going to turn these around so that they face the forward direction here. We're going to open up the arms here so I can pull them down. We're going to take this piece and turn it all the way around, and this is actually going to snap in like that. So that forms that little back panel there. And we're going to push up these pieces that we can form the arms again. And there we have Shockwave back in his robot mode. Now overall, I still think this is a really nice Shockwave. Hasbro and Takara did a nice job designing a smaller version of the figure, and there was a few third-party companies that actually made their own version of a mini Shockwave to go along with the third-party Bruticuses and so on. But this is a really nice representation of Shockwave, and it works well in the Combiner Wars toy line as a blaster mode. Some of the other blaster modes, like Power Glide and the others, turned out okay, but some of the others really just don't really work for combining with, or at least usage for the combiner. So it's really nice to see Shockwave does pretty good to what it represents for another feature you can add for the Combiner Wars toy line. Now, overall, this is a really nice Shockwave, as I mentioned earlier, and I highly recommend this to Shockwave fans and those who are collecting the Combiner Wars toy line. I got this along with, let's see, Fracture and Buzzsaw, and I think as of this recording they should still be there. Otherwise, by the time this recording goes up, they should be a little bit more available in the market at the moment. So hopefully you'll be able to find a hold of this figure so that you can add this to your collection. Anyways, please comment or subscribe and check out Hero Taco and the Gideon blog. Also, please check out my Twitter handle under Darkon633. Also, please check down the other channels down below, including the WRW podcast and more. But for now, I'll be seeing you YouTube. Bye.